Welcome back to Education East. I'm your host, Grant Frost, and I'm here with Christine Saulnier. And just before we broke, we were talking about how children coming to school in impoverished conditions are not going to do as well. Right? And I think the research would sort of hold that pretty true right across the world, not just across the country. So we know this is an issue. We know that we can tie education back to poverty rates, right? Because if you're undereducated, you're probably not going to get as good a job. And so it's really this horrific cycle of more people falling below the poverty line in our province, thus their children not being able to access quality education for whatever reasons. What's the fix? How do we get back to a situation where the students are not coming to school hungry? What do we need to do?
Well, poverty is first and foremost about income, but not just. So, the most impoverished in our province are those who are actually relying on our government's income assistance program. Right? So the 40,000 people who, many of whom, upwards of 70% we hear have disabilities and barriers to being able to actually work, are receiving income assistance well below any poverty line. Doesn't matter what poverty line you look at, and it's thousands of dollars below. It isn't like it's a little bit, it's a lot. People are struggling. They are struggling to feed their children. Parents are going without food in order for their children to have food. Food banks are not the solution. We need to actually get at the root causes of food insecurity, income.
Right.
We need to raise those rates. That helps the 40,000. That's not the end of it. Then we have a whole group of working poor. And our province competes usually with New Brunswick, sometimes with PEI, for the lowest wages in the country. We need to see our wages go up, including our minimum wage, quite significantly. We have just reached our historic peak, which was in 1977 for our minimum wage. We are where we were in 1977 if we take into account actual spending power.
Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and let that sink in. So if I look at the minimum wage job in Nova Scotia today in 2017, and I look back to 1977, my purchasing power is the exact same.
Yes.
Thanks for watching this video. Eastlink TV is the home of community content. Make sure you don't miss any of it by clicking subscribe here.